At the heart of this question is trust, and managers trusting employees to work in a way that they're getting what needs to be done, but they're doing it in a way that works for them.
And getting it done is really important. So as opposed to measuring productivity by the hours that people are sitting at their desks, it's much more important to think about what is it that you're actually asking them to do, and providing clarity around what the outcome is from that piece of work. Because if you focus on measuring that, the flexibility in many ways becomes less of an issue for both, certainly for the employer, and it allows the employee to actually do the job in the way that is going to work for them.
And it might be it's just a very short-term flexible working pattern that's going to help a working parent through, perhaps, I don't know, a child starting at a new school, or a child with perhaps health struggles and they want to be there more for them, but it's a relatively short-term thing. Or it might be a more permanent, flexible working pattern that they're looking for. So understanding what they need, how it's going to help them, what they're asking for, and then think about what the organisation's then able to do to accommodate that request, that working pattern.
And some accommodations are really small. So do you remember the manager who always had his Monday morning meeting at 9:15? So he was so frustrated that one of his returning working mums was always a few minutes late for that critical meeting. When he became a working parent himself, his view completely changed, and he said, why don't we just start at 9:30?
Yeah,
Job done.
He appreciated the shift that had already got in just for that working parent to get to that meeting for 9:16.
Yeah, I mean, and some of the flexibility requests are much larger, aren't they? So there's a point where employees might need to be out of the office for 1 or 2 days, or might want to reduce their hours. Yeah. And that can be tricky, can't it? But job shares is one of those interesting topics, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've spoken to a lot of employers about how do you make part-time working successful for both the individual and employee. And one of the really interesting models that we've seen, hard to set up, but once you've got it in place, fantastic, is job shares, because you get 2 employees for one. They have each other to actually support. And in terms of the career progression for the individual, we've seen it a lot more successful as part of a job share.